Hey, First fans, thanks so much for tuning in. We wanted to let you guys know about our Travis Kelce portrait print. It's a part of a collector series that we had hand painted. We've got these 5 here. Travis Kelce is the first one we're putting out. Russell Wilson, George Kittle, Patrick Mahomes, and Evan's favorite, DeAndre Hopkins. Those will all be made into these portrait print collector cards that will be given out to everybody. But the first one is Travis Kelce. In order to get this, all you have to do is real simple. Just
like twice.
Like 2 videos.
Comment twice.
Comment 2 videos.
And make sure you subscribe.
And subscribe. Pretty easy, right? So like 2 videos, comment on 2 videos, and subscribe. So once you've done that, just go to the description down below and you'll see what you need to do. It's real simple. You just have to email us basically your mailing address so we can get this shipped out to you free of charge. It's on us, so no cost to you. And we're going to give away up to 1,000 of these. So if we get 5 new subscribers that do this, we'll give away 5. And if we get up to 1,000, we'll give away all 1,000 at our cost. So thanks so much for supporting us. And if you have any questions, let us know. But today, get your Travis Kelce Collector Card.
Yep.
And back to the show. What's up, First fans? Welcome back to another edition of
Sleepers.
Yeah. I caught him off guard. Usually I do the announcements, and I like doing that every now just to keep him awake, and because he doesn't know what to expect. And see, yeah,
I fall asleep while he's talking.
Exactly. See? All right. So today we're going to be doing our quarterback sleepers. We've got 4 for you. These are more in case you don't get an early round quarterback you like. You can kind of skip those middle rounds and then take one of these guys or 2 of these guys later on, and we think they have some pretty good upside, and we're going to explain a little bit why.
Or if you want to get one later, and hopefully they'll explode, so you have trade value.
Yeah, that's true too. You could have some trade value. So, or even 2 quarterback leagues. A lot of these guys are going to be important in 2 quarterback leagues, or even super flex. I know a lot of people are still in the 1 quarterback league, so these may or may not be as beneficial, but we'll see. So, all right, we're going to start with Devin. And who do you got first, Devin?
I got Jameis Winston.
Mr. Jameis. He finally won the job.
I know. When he was in Tampa Bay, he was like a top 5 fantasy quarterback. I mean, that was crazy.
Yes.
And in New Orleans, they don't really have any great wide receivers, but you see Michael Thomas is coming in like halfway into the season. They have that Marcus Callaway guy, and they still have Alvin Kamara. So
Tre'Quan Smith.
Yep.
So they've got some players.
Yeah, I mean, no one like Mike Evans or Godwin, but
that we know of. I mean, who knows, right? Yeah, no one super talented that we can see.
But he still loves airing out that ball. There's so much fantasy points that he's going to get.
Yeah, it's definitely possible he could have a really good season. It's also possible he could get benched and we'll see Taysom Hill. And at that point, no big deal. You just pick up Taysom Hill. Might even be more valuable with the rushing.
I don't know if I want Taysom Hill.
Well,
that's how he did last year.
He might not want him, but I would want him if he's starting with all the rushing possibility. But this isn't about Taysom Hill. This is about Jameis Winston. So okay. You got anything else you want to add to Jameis Winston?
Oh no.
Okay,
that's pretty much it.
That was the first one. I have Sam Darnold. Now you might think gross. And normally you would, because he was with the Jets the last 3 years, and it was gross.
I know.
He had some times where he looked all right, but he looked kind of fairly bad most of the time. But he really didn't have too much in the way of wide receivers. He definitely didn't have a running game. And, of course, everybody knows his coach really wasn't that great.
Or good at all.
Yeah, or good at all.
He was absolutely horrible.
But listen to these numbers. 4,103 yards. 27 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
Who is that you're talking about?
Exactly. That's the number 12 quarterback for 2020 in Derek Carr. But that doesn't sound unreachable.
Right.
And I think that's where Sam Darnold could get to.
Okay.
He's got a ton of weapons. He's got Christian McCaffrey coming back, who's a great passing running back. He's got Robbie Anderson, who is already familiar with. DJ Moore is a pretty awesome dude. And rookie Terrace Marshall looks pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's really talented.
So, Teddy Bridgewater last year did decent with those weapons, and he didn't have McCaffrey. So I think an even better Sam Darnold could exceed that and reach basically a top. I mean, you're not going to get top 5 quarterback, but I think you could get right at that, number 12 quarterback. And, if you take one late and you stack up on all these other receivers and running backs and tight ends early, if you pair him with someone like that, he's not going to hurt you.
Right.
I mean, is he going to win your season? No, but if you have the other players that can win your season, and then you insert Sam Darnold or one of these other quarterbacks, Jameis Winston, or one of the other 2 that we're going to talk about, we think you could do real good.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
All right. Got anything to add to Sam Darnold? All right.
Yeah.
On to the next guy.
I think you said it all.
All right. Who else? Who's your number 2 sleeper quarterback?
I have Derek Carr.
Okay. The guy I just talked about.
Yeah. The guy you just compared him to.
Nice.
Yep. All right, so Derek Carr. I mean, if you look at him, he actually had a really good season last year. If you just add 40 fantasy points, he had 2 bad games last year.
Yeah.
So if you just make those 2 bad games average, which is roughly about 40 fantasy points, he's in the top 10 right there.
Yeah.
And that's not asking for a whole lot. During the last 5 games last year, he exploded.
Yeah.
He averaged well over 30 fantasy points during those 5 games.
Yeah.
I mean, looking really good. And this is Henry Ruggs' 2nd year, so...
And Brian Edwards' 2nd year, and he's got a sweet tight end in Darren Waller. And
Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake. A different offensive line. We don't know if it'll be better, but it'll be different. So we'll see if that helps. But yeah, Derek Carr is very underrated. I think if he were on another team that was good, he could be a top 10 quarterback easily. I mean, last year he finished as top 12, and nobody would have thought that. So yeah, I like that. Derek Carr, once again, any of these late round quarterbacks, you get one. And I'm going to talk about my next one, which would pair perfectly with someone like Derek Carr, and that's Trey Lance. You pick up a Derek Carr at the very end of your draft for free. You pick up Trey Lance. I think you're probably going to have to get him about the 12th, 11th, 12th round in most drafts. And then Trey Lance has the upside to be a top 8 quarterback.
I was high on Trey Lance about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you that, but yeah. Yeah, I actually followed him at North Dakota State.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, he was really explosive there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I followed him.
Yeah, well, he had 2,786 yards, 28 touchdowns, 1,100 rushing yards, and 14 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, so there's those rushing
that
stats.
season. Yeah, so, I mean, the way I look at Trey Lance is if you combine Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen into one quarterback, you get Trey Lance. I mean, we don't know if he'll bloom and blossom into that, but that's the kind of quarterback. I mean, he's a much bigger guy like a Josh Allen, but he can run around like Lamar Jackson, but he's got the arm and the poise of a Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty excited for him. But he's not going to start right away, likely. I mean, when we're recording this video, he's not the starter. So
no, and he's also dealing with, I believe it's in his thumb.
Yeah, he just got
his thumb.
But they said it's like a week.
Yeah, but that's just kind of confirmation. He's definitely not starting week 1.
Yeah. So with that being said, you won't look to play him probably the first 4 or 5 games.
Right.
And then you'll probably insert him in. I mean, San Francisco gave up 3 first-round picks. You don't just give those up to sit a guy for a whole year.
Right.
Pair him with like a Derek Carr or a Jameis Winston or a Sam Darnold. Use those guys early on. They'll get you by. And then you have Trey Lance on your bench when he comes in. Boom, now you've got a top 8 quarterback with a good backup, Yeah. So those are just our quarterback sleepers. What do you guys think? You like any of them or you have your own sleeper? Let us know in the comments below. Once again, comment to get the Travis Kelce Collector Card. Comment on this video, another video that we have. Like this video, like that video, and then
subscribe.
Turn off notifications, and you'll be notified as soon as these videos come out. We've got a couple more coming out. This was our quarterbacks. We'll have running backs. We'll have tight ends. And we'll have wide receivers.
Yep.
So, all under the sleeper category. Thanks so much for watching the video. We appreciate it. And always remember to
finish first.
Thank you for listening to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Jackson throws complete. Crabtree has it for a touchdown.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Get more fantasy info and check us out at FantasyFootballFirst.com.